Hello everyone, Massive Das here with another video and a bit of an odd one I wasn't really planning to do, but a bit of conversation in the WhatsApp chat with both Craig and Dave for this one. And actually I think Dave even mentioned it on the last podcast. If you watch that, where we go through all the summer showcases and stuff, it is quite a long one, about an Xbox apology video from me. I don't think I was as bad as Dave, who's got the Xbox video up. It's one of our better view videos on the channel, and he's also had a PlayStation one and a similar one with a bit of a rant of those systems. So, a bit of history here. I sold my Series X in late February. I looked, it was like February the 28th I sold it, sort of thing. It was basically collecting dust. Hadn't really used it since Starfield, which was November. So that's like 4 or 5 months and stuff like that. And looking at what Xbox had on the horizon, there wasn't a huge amount that I wanted to play that I couldn't have played either on my Switch, which, to be honest, is also a sort of collecting dust. But I've played just Peace this year, and I trust Nintendo will have something that I want to play for the end of the year. Maybe Prime 4 or something, who knows. So thinking that, obviously the Switch is a little bit different, being handheld and stuff like that. Yeah, but Xbox didn't really have anything to offer me personally that I couldn't play elsewhere, be it on my PlayStation and stuff like that. And even their first sort of big game of the year, and that's like 6 months in, Hellblade 2, which is not reviewed the best. It's in the 80s, which 80s is a good score, but I think I think I picked up on Fantasy Critic, or someone picked it up on Fantasy Critic, and I think we were expecting 9+ and being like a Game of the Year contender sort of thing, especially it's been in development for quite a while. But Craig had started it, he talked about it on the podcast. He seems quite into it at the moment and stuff like that. Apparently a graphical showpiece sort of thing, and it is a game that I would like to play, and if I have access to it, I would play it sort of thing. But anyway, we had the summer showcase from Xbox, really good showing. On the podcast, I did my ranking of 8 showcases. The 8th place is a little bit odd one. It's where I've mashed like Guerrilla Collective and Wholesome Direct together and sort of thing. They all sort of merged together, those ones. But I put Xbox first. They had like 15 things I'm interested in playing. Some of them are third party, like Life is Strange, Double Exposure. That's not a Game Pass title or anything like that, but I will buy on my PlayStation. That is my preferred thing. There's no benefit of Xbox over PlayStation on that game. Switch version, portable, you could argue. And I've got a portal, so I could play it like that if I wanted to. But I thought a really good showing, sort of thing. And they had the new Xbox SKUs announced. And the 1TB white one of the Series S was quite tempting for me. The Series S personally over the X, because I'm not really going to buy any disc-based games on the Xbox. I feel if I'm going to go buy a disc-based game like a Dragon Age of Hellblade, I'm going to buy that on PlayStation. That's my preferred place to play. Really like the DualSense. I got like 6 of them now, trophies, etc. Even like Space Marine 2, I'm mostly going to buy it on PlayStation. Unless both Dave and Craig buy it on Xbox. Maybe that's like the weird odd case. But really, I was thinking, digital fine, you got that actual digital Series X, and as what I'm going to play on Xbox, the Series S was most probably good enough with things like come out this year for Game Pass, for instance, like Open Road. Both Dave and Craig hated that game, and critically it didn't do very well either, so it's not like a gone home thing where they both hated it, but it's the critical darling. And you have things like Botany Manor, little Gator game that come out this year, Harold Halibut, which like games I don't really think really need the power of the X. The S is most probably fine, and even Hellblade, from what I've seen, is really good on S, and it's 630 frames on S and X as well, that game. I know Starfield doesn't have a 60 frame mode on S, but I played Starfield on the X in 60 frames. So I think, so I thought that's most probably good enough. Sort of thing. And then I saw the price, and I saw they were discontinuing the black one, because the black one I think looks better than the white one from what I've seen. I've only seen it in person once, and I thought that looks good. So I was thinking, I might get one of them and thing, see how much I can get one for, and did a bit of searching and stuff like that. And to help fund it, like I could have, paid for it right away. They're not very smart. I sold my PS4 Pro. Still had my PS4 Pro, which is basically sat in the cupboard collecting dust as well, a bit like the Series X, but I'd kept it around just in case. But I don't think I'm ever really gonna boot up the PS4 Pro again, considering I have a PS5. Not really planning to pick up a PSVR 1, which would obviously benefit from being on the PS4 sort of thing. Yeah, so what I got for that basically paid for the Series S, and I managed to buy a black one, which would have been here today, but with Royal Mail being very annoying, trying to post it very early this morning, it didn't come. Yeah, so I've picked up a Series S, and yeah, so it's not a lot of money, sort of thing. Like I said, the PS4 Pro that was set in the cupboard basically paid for it, sort of thing. And like I said, I sold my X in February, now June, so that's a good 4 or 5 months. So again, not like Dave about a month later of his video of getting a Series S again. He got it off his brother, sort of thing, but a little bit joking there. Because like I said, they had a really good showcase. Stuff that looked pretty good, and a few other bits and pieces coming up. So looking at like Game Pass, like I said, I mentioned a few games that's also already come out this year. You've got things like obviously Hellblade 2. I'm just trying to think. So like July, you've got Flock. You've got Dungeon Hinterberg, and that is, I believe, an Xbox console exclusive, that one. And you've got Kamutsu Kami, Path to Goddess. See, that was actually one of the biggest reasons I've got a Series S, which might sound really strange, but that's a digital-only title. Maybe it gets a physical later on, because we've seen it from Alan Wake 2. That's a digital-only title. That's £40 on PSN, and obviously Xbox if you wanted to buy it. The two previous games I spent that sort of money on digital only were Alan Wake 2, which, if you've watched previous podcasts and stuff like that, I did not like that game at all, and Baldur's Gate 3, which I did start and what I played did like, but I've not gone back to it. So me to spend 40 quid on the digital only game on PSN seems quite a lot, thing. And then obviously there's other games like that, like take Flock. I don't know how much that is, let's say it's 20 quid. So those two games, if I bought them off PSN, would be £60, which you could argue, Chris, you spent 225 quid on your Series S black 1TB. You could have used that to, had a pot of 225 quid, used 60 quid, to buy Dungeon Hinterberg and Path to Goddess, but with obviously other titles like Hellblade, Botany Manor, Open Roads, which I know, like they're so good, but it's a thing. And then you got upcoming games like there's a game called Sopper, we've seen, Ava Mythology, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which obviously would be 70 quid on PlayStation. Now I could buy it physical, which you mostly get it for 60 or something like that, but I would that's a game without Game Pass. I would most probably not play it at all. Like, I've not played Modern Warfare 3, but being on Game Pass, I most probably would give that a go. And like it being also on last gen, I can't see the Series S version being that bad a game, because it's going to be on Xbox One, and they're going to be like 60 frames, being a Call of Duty first-person game. So that's thing. And then you got things like Avowed, Creatures of Ava, which I believe is also now for Xbox console exclusive. Again, I could buy it on PC, like it's indie title. My PC is pretty old, but it most probably run it. But let's say that was 20 quid, so that 225 quid pot would soon be coming down from the games, and that's how I'm kind of looking at it. It's like, if I play COD, I play Avowed, I play Indie, I play Path of the Goddess, that's basically paid for the Xbox. You're gonna argue it's Game Pass. I managed to get 8 months of Game Pass Ultimate for £35, I think it was in the end, thanks to Games Asylum showing me a deal on that. So yeah, if I play these games like that, so it's mainly the Xbox to me, as the saying, is going to be digital games like your Dungeons and Hinterberg, but obviously exclusive to Xbox. You got your few other ones mixed in, like your Path Goddess, your SteamWorld Heist 2, which are, yes, I said on other platform, but are digital only on those platforms. As far as I'm aware, there could be limited run, things like that. And Xbox's own exclusive, like Aven Mythology and Avowed. So there is content there that I do want to play. There is things like I missed, and we talked about this on the podcast. And one of them this week is Still Wait the Deep. Now, that has a physical on PlayStation, and obviously I didn't have an Xbox at the time when I ordered that game. And you got things like Flintlock, and there's most probably other games that are getting a physical, well, maybe not even like use use an example like Assassin's Creed or Dragon Age, stuff like that. Like I said, my preferred place to play is PlayStation. They do have a physical release, so it's not like Path of the Goddess where I would have to spend 40 quid for that game digitally off the Xbox store or PlayStation store. And if I didn't like the game, I'm like, I'm stuck with it, like an Alan Wake. At least if I buy like Assassin's Creed physical and I don't like that game on PS5, I can just sell it, or whatever. And you know me, I turn around a game quite quickly. Like, I still like physical media. I still want to support physical media. Like, I don't want to, like, I know it sounds kind of ironic playing a digital Xbox system, but I don't want to see physical media go away, sort of thing. So yes, and obviously on the Series S compared to the Series X, Assassin's Creed Shadows, what's that going to be on the S? Is it going to be 30 frames a second? Or is it going to be like a 900p to get 60 frames? But at least on the PlayStation, it is going to be 60 frames or 4K or whatever. And obviously the DualSense sort of thing. So like I said, the Series S is more for the smaller, I don't want to say smaller because Path of Goddess is a big Capcom game. Sort of smaller indie games sort of thing, digital download stuff, and the Xbox like exclusives, which ironically, and obviously Starfield has now been 60 frames, have launched in like 30 frames modes, like Hellblade and stuff like that. So it has only been like the resolution that's been different. I can see obviously Indiana Jones being 60 frames on Series X and 30 on Series S, but then Hi-Fi Rush was 60 frames on the Series S. So first party games have taken advantage of the hardware that is there. So who knows with the first party stuff. And then like even playing with Dave and Craig, Asian Mythology multiplayer, that's going to be fun. Might go back to some Forza or some Halo. And like I said, I do bring up Space Marine, which for me most probably good to go onto PlayStation, but you never know if they both buy on Xbox and there's a deal, I can find it digitally or something, maybe that sort of thing. So that's my sort of plan with Xbox going forward, is the digital Game Pass box for indies and Xbox Studio games. Anything that's third party, like a Flintlock, Assassin's Creed, Dragon Age, Expedition 33, that's for 99% of the time that's going to be on PlayStation, because it's going to be the higher resolutions, higher frame rates. It's going to have mostly have a physical, trophies, DualSense, that sort of thing. That is still going to be my preferred platform to play. And like I said, I did mention Switch briefly. The Switch this year has got very little playing. There's basically only Princess Peach for me this year. A lot of remasters, remakes. which is good if you've never played them before. Like Paper Mario, Dave's never played before. Fantastic game. Like if you've never played it, I totally get wanting to play that. And maybe Nintendo do have something the rest of the year. So that's like where the free systems currently sit with me. And obviously with the Switch 2 most through next year, you can understand where that's happening with Nintendo. But anyway, I've been Massive Das, and I'll see you again.